I've been a hairdresser for 20 years. I celebrated my 20th year holding a sign in my hands in downtown San Diego saying, "Hairdressers save lives. We do not compromise them." I imagined my 20th year celebrating my hairdressing career very differently. But when I thought I would be celebrating my industry, I found myself fighting for the right to do it. And that broke my heart. We are mothers. We are wives. We are sisters. We are brothers. We are husbands. We are creatives. We are leaders of hope. We are fighting to do what we do because we believe in it. And we are makers of transformation. And we deserve to do it with our whole hearts. When quarantine happened and I had this idea of being able to socially distance with my clients and be able to meet with them, not to do their hair, but to connect. I call them connection appointments. I don't have a green thumb. I'm not a botanist. But I do know that when you plant a seed, the seed has the potential to grow if cared for properly. So when you talk about the governor and we flood him with these ideas and we flood them with these thoughts and these facts, we're flooding our governor with facts about our industry. And regardless if he's listening, regardless of if his wife is listening, someone is hearing our truth. And we have to believe, and that's the only way that we will progress forward, is if we believe that this seed that we are planting will be nurtured by something that we cannot see. And I have to believe, because I believe in our industry, that we are seeding our governor and the leaders that be with the truth. And the truth will always be what makes us free to do what we were born and bred to do, which is transform and save and in essence breed hope and life into humanity. That is a hairdresser. That is who we are as an industry, and that is what we are fighting for. You know, many of us hairdressers, we experienced this level of mourning that was never spoken about, that was never addressed. It was, you're off work now, proceed with your lives as usual. But when you pour your heart and your soul into humankind, when you arrive to your studio an hour early and walk the halls and sing to fill this space with an energy of love and hope, when you sit in your studio 30 minutes before your client arrives, trying to center yourself so that you can be who they need you to be and impart to them what they need to help and heal their life. When you are told that you cannot do that, it is heartbreaking. And I am heartbroken that I cannot reach and touch these human beings that are family. This business over 20 years has given me an opportunity to support my family. There's no question about that. It has afforded me to be the independent, single, successful woman that I am. The problem is that monetarily, it's running out. When I'm walking through the grocery store and my son looks at me as a person that has always provided for him, even when I had nothing, I provided for him. And he looks at me with that grocery cart and says, "Mom, are you sure we can get this?" He understands that I'm not going to do what provides for our family. First and foremost, one of the ways that I'm able to support my family during this time is transparency. As a single mom of a 6-year-old and a 13-year-old who see their mother going to work every day, they are without me 9 to 12 hours a day. But they know that the reason why they have a home over their heads, the reason why they know that they have a meal on the dinner table, sometimes at 9 or 10 o'clock at night, is because mommy goes to work every day and sings the halls, sits in her studio and prepares the space to heal lives and not compromise them. They know that. So one of the ways that I've been able to support my family through this process is transparency and letting them know that I love them, that no matter what, we are a family unit and we will rise above this. And also letting them know that mommy is very disappointed and hurt by the fact that the very cause and establishment that I've given my money and my time and my dedication and my service and my education and my understanding and my belief in has left my ship without a captain. And I am now home with my hands tied, only being able to support them on grace and hope and prayer. Doing hair outside is completely counterintuitive of what we put our blood, sweat, and tears into as an industry to finally make it to this opportunity to take our test and get licensed by the state of California. It was what was indoctrinated into us as an industry. And it is what I spend an hour before I start my day and 15 minutes in between each client and an hour after I end my day. I'm on my hands and knees scrubbing everything within my studio. I'm putting every implement before it touches a client into a UV sterilizer and making sure that it is rid of anything that could harm my client. I am doing high heat laundry during my day to make sure that anything that touches my client, a cape or anything like that, is completely clean. I am under this license by the state of California that told me this is what you need to do to uphold our standard to operate your business. And I took that as an oath, really. It was this understanding, this belief, and this oath. And I said, yes, by signing this license in the state of California, I promise you that I will do this, even behind closed doors, even when my curtains are drawn, even when you're not watching me and you're not here, I will do it. And I am a human being of my word. So when I was allowed the opportunity to come back to work, I upheld my word. There was no question. I spent thousands of dollars to make sure that I was able to uphold my word, because that's all I have is my integrity. So the idea that I would have to go outside and work on pavement that can't be sterilized or sanitized like my floors that I spent a lot of money making sure could be. I wash my hands 7 to 10 times an hour and I would have no access to that outside my studio. I have electricity within my studio that runs my UV sterilizer that makes sure everything that I can't touch with my barbicide can be touched by a UV sterilizer. That my studio, that is 10 by 10 foot in capacity, I could feed a client a meal off the floor in my studio and know without a shadow of a doubt that they would be perfectly fine. And then you add the idea of our chemical services. My heart breaks to think that I would put a chemical on my client's hair outside on a San Diego day at 90, 95, 100 degrees, which we register here. And to think that in those conditions, my clients would experience chemical burn. Exactly what I'm licensed to prevent, I would be causing. And I, for one, am not okay with that. It breaks my heart to think that a person that I'm trying to transform and help and heal and make better, I would compromise that by then lessening the ability to do so by being outside. It's not possible. It's counterintuitive to what we know as an industry, and it can't be done. One day, when we arrive at this place where we have the opportunity to look back, I hope the only reason why we look back is to not only see how far we've come as an industry, but to see how strong we were as we went through it. Not by the support of the leaders that were supposed to have us under our wing and get us there, but by the sheer strength and determination and willpower of our industry. And we will not arrive there without scar. We won't. We can't. We've been let down, we've been hurt, we've been traumatized. But what I know about scars, being a heart surgery survivor myself, is that with every scar comes a story of perseverance, overcoming, determination, and strength. That's who we are as hairdressers. That is our definition. So we will arrive there. That will be our story. And we will overcome. As Sola, we are connected. And we are suffering. We are hairstylists. We are estheticians. We are massage therapists. We are straight. We are gay. We are bisexual. We are transgender. We are non-binary. We are Black. We are Asian. We are Hispanic. We are the beauty industry. We are Sola Strong.